Well, g'day everyone, how you doing? Matt Burke here, and a very disappointed former Wallaby, because what transpired overnight was, well, it was frustrating to say the least, and it all started, unfortunately, from the kickoff. And the preparation from Australia, I believe, was absolutely outstanding during the week. I spoke to a couple of players, and they said that they were really looking forward to the build-up and looking forward to the game to transpire. Now, what happened was, well, the All Blacks, they certainly had the power of the game. Now, when I'm talking about the power of the game, I'm talking about the power of the forwards, the ability to set the platform to move forward. Richard McCaw, I thought, was outstanding. Was he on one leg? I don't know, but certainly he pulled through okay. Brad Thorne was strong. Kieran Reid was outstanding. In the front row, Franks was great. Kevin Mialamu went back to his old self, and he was flying around the park, and well, it was youth, wasn't it? It seemed like they were back in the early days of their career, because the speed and intensity of the forwards certainly outmuscled what was the Wallaby pack. Now, how do you outmuscle the Wallaby pack? Well, you get there first. You make sure you make the hits. And what it seemed like was that the All Blacks were strong in the tackle. They were running at guys and bowling them over. And when the Aussies came at the All Blacks, the one that got me was David Pocock, getting thrown back by Jerome Kino at one stage there, and just literally picked up like a kid and pushed back at the same time. Now, what that means for the Aussie boys is they go on and play a 3-4 playoff against Wales. Now, the big game against Wales, or will it be a big game against Wales, should I say? There's plenty to play for still, no doubt about that. But what the All Blacks did in amongst this game was also create space for the backs. Perry Weeper, again, was outstanding. His ability to control the game was just second to none. And we believe he was sick as well. He wasn't well for the most of the night and through to the day, and that's why he got replaced. What he was able to do was pinpoint kicking, his accurate passing, and it gave a rookie like Aaron Cruden the ability to play with just that little bit of time and space. And that time and space means you can just have that little bit extra time to be able to do a few bits and pieces around the park. And when he's got Ma Nonu outside of him, then he's also got Conrad Smith. It just means that these guys had that little bit extra pace and flair. But what I liked was the back three. Corey Jane, Richard Kahui, Israel Dag. And the way Israel Dag moved reminded me, I think, of a former player that I played against, was in the name of Christian Cullen. Now, his speed around the park and his ability to keep his balance. Now, he's not a big man, I don't think, but what he's able to do and get past blokes, use his strength and speed and defend, what we saw in that first try, was just absolutely brilliant. Now, next week, taking on France. It's a repeat of 1987 World Cup, isn't it? So, France and New Zealand taking then on Wales and Australia in a 3-4 playoff. Plenty to play for in Australia, Wales. There's pride to play for, no doubt about that, because Australia certainly lift their game, and Wales know they can play so much better. Now, the big game, the final. Everybody around Auckland is talking about the All Blacks. Everybody's talking about we've won this cup. One more week, boys. One more week. Do a job on the fronts, and you can say that. The thing about the French is the coach doesn't like them. The quotes in today, how about they're childish, unpredictable, they've got no discipline about them. It just keeps manifesting itself, and it's a forwards it's a forwards and backs versus the coach at the moment. It's a team versus the establishment. And I think the team are going to play for themselves. So don't write them off just yet. I still think the French have plenty to play for. It's going to be a fantastic week of build-up. I'll keep you posted along the way. The festivities is going to be absolutely massive. France to take on New Zealand in Eden Park. We've seen France win before. Could they do it again? Could they cause the upset of the tournament? We'll have to wait and see. But definitely the All Blacks are the team to beat going into this final.